This is a dial caliper. It is a precision measuring device, which is why it comes in this nice padded case. This tool will measure up to 1/1000th of an inch. That is, if we take an inch and split it into 1,000 equal pieces, we can measure down to a single one of those. The reason it's called a dial caliper is, one, the caliper device is generally used for measuring two outside ends of an object, and the dial. There's many different types of calipers, but this one uses a dial to indicate its measurement, hence dial caliper. There's some different parts of this that we need to be aware of. This part is called the blade. This part that slides up and down is called the slider. The pointer is like the hands of a clock, and it tells you where on this dial we're reading. And the last one is this reference edge. It is this last part of the slider, and it's actually tapered down to that flat, and that's where we take our reading from for the measurement that comes from the blade. Now, the dial caliper is actually a very versatile tool. It is probably the most common precision measuring device because of that fact. So with the caliper component, I can measure two outside parts of an object. There's also inside diameter calipers, which read the inside diameter of something or how far apart two faces are. If we look at the back, we notice that there's kind of a gap here when we open this. A little sticky. So if we look at the depth, I can measure a stepped face here. That sometimes is very useful. And the last one is this hole depth tool. So I can measure 4 different things with one tool. This tool is precise, but it is also very sensitive to being dropped or handled very roughly. So when we're using these precision measuring devices, we need to be very careful with them, very gentle, and make sure we put them back in a place where they are protected. The case, if that's available, or sometimes there's a rack that we return them to. The next video we'll talk about how we can use this device to actually take measurements and read it.